So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Osweiler, and seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Osweiler. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
the kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run again with Bernard. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
1st down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that point...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Eifert, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go now. Line it. All right, now look at 56. All right, now look at 56.
Now Osweiler on 2nd down. Deep drop. Going deep this time for Miller. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. We haven't even escaped the 1st half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the 1st half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And this will go. All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. 3rd quarter now. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's second down. Dalton looking toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver, and it's third and short.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
They'll come out in the pistol. Dalton to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're able to convert here on fourth and inches.
It seems like, and it is a gamble on their side of the field, but they have supreme confidence in picking it up on a quarterback sneak. You can just feel it from this team.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come out here in the I. So a designed run last play. Now Dalton to pass. On the right side, caught by Green. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They go play action here on first down. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
Andy Dalton eluding the pressure right. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And he's got room. And the Texans scoop it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. So
2nd and 10 here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And my goodness, another interception. Oh, he's got some breathing room. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. That's caught at the 2. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. A defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
3rd and goal now. Maybe the offensive coordinator thinking blitz here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Hurry up, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, lucky 56.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Tackle made there by Ray Maualuga, the linebacker. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Geno Atkins in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On second down, here's Osweiler. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. From the shotgun, Osweiler. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And Zerline's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And Eifert has it. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Back now in Cincinnati. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
We got three, fellas.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Fresh set of downs here. First and 10 for Dalton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
2nd down now after the incompletion. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Justin Hunter, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And now out comes Houston. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
They go play action now. Osweiler. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Play action. It's Osweiler. The catch made by Miller. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On the counter, it's Miller. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Another pistol look here.
Here we go. All right, now look at 56.
Now Osweiler on 2nd down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Play action. Now Osweiler. On the move to his left. And he's got Miller. Touchdown, Houston. Braxton Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans get a bit closer.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Completes it right side to Britt. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. They send Green to the left on his own. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. He completes it to Hunter. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. We're still in search of the first down after that last completion. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Passing, it's Dalton. It's complete to Britt. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Wide open receiver complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out comes Houston. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They go play action with Osweiler. Miller on the catch over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. To throw is Osweiler. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch.
Now, Barney. Now, let's go.
Here we go. It's Osweiler on 4th down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come up with an offset eye. Osweiler, he finds his target, Fuller. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking for someone to throw to. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Braxton Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Bengals getting set to go. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory.
And they just had another big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it.